Charlie Sheen has done the unthinkable. After years of silence, scandals, and broken bridges, the actor once dubbed Hollywood's most self-destructive bad boy has issued a heartfelt plea to none other than his former co-star and on-screen brother, Jon Cryer. It is a plea that comes not with arrogance, not with bravado, but with humility, regret, and a longing for reconnection. And the timing could not be more striking, because it arrives hand in hand with the release of his raw Netflix documentary aka Charlie Sheen and his explosive new memoir The Book of Sheen. For the first time in years, the world is hearing Charlie not as the tabloid headline, not as the winning, tiger-blood caricature, but as a man who has survived his own storm and is now looking back at what truly mattered, and at the people who mattered most. And right at the center of this emotional story is Jon Cryer. Let's not sugarcoat this. Charlie Sheen's story is one of the wildest roller coasters Hollywood has ever seen. From movie stardom to primetime TV dominance, from lavish contracts to complete public meltdowns, from becoming the highest-paid sitcom actor in history to being fired in disgrace, his journey has been nothing short of unbelievable. And now, years later, he's trying to reclaim not the fame, but the friendships. He's extending an olive branch to Jon Cryer, the man who stood by his side through 8 seasons of 2.5 Men, only to watch everything collapse in spectacular fashion. This plea is more than just a phone call request. It's an attempt at redemption. But to understand why this plea is so powerful, we have to rewind. Charlie Sheen wasn't just another actor who stumbled into success. He was born into Hollywood royalty. Son of the great Martin Sheen, brother to Emilio Estevez, Charlie grew up around cameras, scripts, and the intoxicating lure of celebrity. From a young age, it seemed he was destined for stardom. And he delivered, landing iconic roles in films like Platoon, Wall Street, and Major League. He had the charisma, the comedic timing, and that effortlessly cool edge that made him one of the most bankable stars of the late 80s and 90s. But by the early 2000s, his film career had cooled, and television came calling. 2.5 Men premiered in 2003, and with it came a cultural phenomenon. The show was simple. A carefree bachelor, Charlie Harper, his uptight brother Alan, played by Jon Cryer, and Alan's young son Jake. But that simplicity struck gold. The chemistry between Sheen and Cryer was electric. Viewers tuned in by the millions not just for the jokes, but for the dynamic, the smooth, irresponsible Charlie balancing against Jon Cryer's neurotic, unlucky Alan. It was lightning in a bottle, and audiences couldn't get enough. At its peak, 2.5 Men was pulling in nearly 15 million viewers an episode. It wasn't just a hit, it was a juggernaut. And Charlie Sheen? He became the highest-paid actor on television, earning almost $2 million per episode. Hollywood had crowned him again. But as we now know, behind the success was a man teetering on the edge of self-destruction. Sheen's personal life was spiraling. Substance abuse, wild partying, turbulent relationships. It was all there, feeding the tabloids and late-night monologues. His antics off-screen became as famous as his character on screen. And eventually, the two blurred together. Fans began to wonder where Charlie Harper ended and Charlie Sheen began. But through it all, Jon Cryer remained his steady counterpart. Cryer wasn't just his co-star. He was his comedic partner, his straight man, the other half of the formula that made the show unstoppable. Then came 2011. The meltdown, the interviews, the rants about tiger blood and Adonis DNA, the public feud with show creator Chuck Lorre, and ultimately, the firing. Warner Bros. And CBS had had enough. And Charlie Sheen, the face of television's biggest comedy, was gone. The world watched in shock as one of Hollywood's brightest stars imploded before our eyes. And Jon Cryer? He carried on, keeping the show alive with Ashton Kutcher stepping in, but it was never the same. Cryer later admitted that period was heartbreaking. Watching a friend spiral so publicly, being forced to continue without him, and dealing with the fallout left scars that lasted years. Now, over a decade later, Charlie Sheen is sober, reflective, and ready to confront the damage he caused. In his Netflix documentary, he doesn't shy away from the chaos. He confronts it head-on, with brutal honesty. He talks about the shame, the regrets, and the shame shivers that still hit him when he remembers how badly things went. He admits he regrets the way it ended with 2.5 men more than anything. That fighting, he says, remains a dark spot he still carries. But what struck viewers most was his response to Jon Cryer's words in the documentary. Cryer appeared to reflect on Sheen's downfall, suggesting that Charlie's struggles weren't just about drugs or fame, but about a deep feeling of unworthiness. Cryer observed that Charlie seemed unable to believe he deserved the success he had, that he was thrust into superstardom without the tools to handle it, and that lack of belief manifested in destructive choices. When Sheen heard Cryer's reflection, he was floored. He said it felt like being in Jon's therapy office, hearing an insight that cut straight to the truth. He described Cryer's words as not only accurate but compassionate. And it moved him enough to try to reach out. Sheen admits he sent Cryer a message, writing, "I hope to see you around the campus." But he never heard back. And that's when he realized he might not even have the right number. With a mix of humor and humility, Sheen made his public plea. "It's not like Jon didn't respond, he's super responsible like that. So Jon, if you're seeing this, DM me your new number." It's a plea that reveals both regret and hope. Regret for the years lost, the friendship damaged, the memories tainted. But hope that maybe, just maybe, they can reconnect, not as sitcom stars, but as two men who went through the storm together. Now, let's pause for a moment and really think about what this means. Hollywood is not kind to broken friendships. Scandals burn bridges, egos block apologies, and the machine of fame moves on without looking back. For Charlie Sheen to publicly reach out to Jon Cryer in this way is huge. It's an acknowledgement that his past behavior not only hurt his career, but hurt the people who mattered most to him. And in the court of public opinion, that matters. The world has already seen signs of Sheen's attempts to rebuild. He has reconciled with Chuck Lorre, the very man he once publicly trashed. He has appeared with ex-wife Denise Richards on the red carpet, a gesture that shocked many given their turbulent history. He is candid about his sobriety, his mistakes, and his determination to make amends. This plea to Jon Cryer is simply the most personal and vulnerable step yet. Public reaction has been mixed but emotional. Many fans are rooting for the two to reconnect, calling it the closure they've been waiting for since 2011. Some are even daring to dream of a reunion special, even if just for charity or nostalgia. Others, more cautious, echo Cryer's own words from interviews, that while Charlie may be better now, trust is not easily rebuilt, and some wounds take longer to heal than others. And Jon Cryer? He has not publicly responded yet. But in past interviews, he's spoken with respect and love for Sheen, acknowledging both the incredible talent and the incredible chaos. He has said he's happy Charlie is doing better, but that he's not sure he'd ever want to work with him again for a long period. Still, Cryer has never closed the door on friendship. And perhaps that's all she needs right now. A conversation, a chance to sit down and say, "I'm sorry. Thank you. Let's start fresh." The truth is, this plea isn't just about two actors. It's about redemption. It's about the universal desire to fix what we broke, to reach back into the past and heal old wounds. And in a world where scandals are often met with silence, Charlie Sheen's decision to speak out, to admit regret, and to ask for connection is a rare glimpse of humanity in the Hollywood machine. Charlie Sheen's story is far from over. He insists this is not a comeback, but a reset. A chance to own his story, not rewrite it. And whether or not Jon Cryer answers that plea, one thing is clear: Charlie Sheen is no longer running from his past. He's facing it, one call, one message, and one public plea at a time. And so, as fans watch this unfold, one question lingers: will Jon Cryer pick up the phone? Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.